Alright guys, we're back with some more Pokemon TCG Pocket, and I think the Darkrai EX deck just got better. Just finished making this new deck, charge it. You'll see we have a mixture of mons in this deck. We have 2 Magnezones, 2 Darkrai's, and 2 Druddigons. The way this works is you build up a Magneton on the bench, use Magneton's ability Volt Charge to constantly build up its own source of energy. That way you're not focusing your resources across multiple mons and slowing down your energy build-up. And then by the time you're finished doing that, you can then slap a Magnezone on and do a good 110 damage on a basic rare mon. So that way you're not easily giving up 2 points when it comes to Magnezone potentially dying. And then you have Darkrai EX doing his thing, which is either chilling in the active spot with a Rocky Helmet, maybe a cape, and you keep applying him with Dark Energy, which is going to be our main energy resource, so none of them clash, and you're constantly doing 20 chip damage. Best case scenario, we have a Druddigon to put in the active spot that we can just leave there while we build up our Magnezone, we build up our Darkrai, we do our 20 chip damage, and we can take advantage of the Rough Skin ability, where every time he is hit, we will do 20 damage to the attacking mon in the opponent's active spot. It sounds good. And as always, I've only just built this deck, so I'm going to try it out live on video for you to see what it's saying. But let me know how you would change this deck down in the comments, and let's see what it can do. I don't know why I save videos to try out new decks, but it's something I might stick to, because you get to see my live reaction of how a brand new deck's doing. Oh, this is a very good start. We've already got our Druddigon to put in the active spot. So already we can start the build up because we have Magnemite and Darkrai EX already chilling on the bench. We even have Giant Cape and Rocky Helmet. I was very tempted to change the way I had the deck, which is have 2 Rocky Helmets. But the way I want to do it is, you can go one of 2 ways. I want to give one of the Pokemon tools, either the Giant Cape or the Rocky Helmet, to Druddigon. That way, every time it's attacked, it'll do 40 damage back, or I can just make Druddigon survive a bit longer. I'm going to go with the Rocky Helmet route. And then next turn, we can already start building up both Magnemite and Darkrai EX. We can start that chip damage going. We've already got Magnezone in our hand. If only that was Magneton, because then we could start using the Volt Charge already. Let's not forget, his Sandshree's only got a measly 70 HP, so if you want to attack me, you're taking 40 damage back. That's over half your mon's damage, and I think he's going to attack me. You're really going to trade off a 10 damage scratch for 40 damage, and I don't even have to click a button. I don't even have to touch my screen. He's not doing it. He knows. He knows. Good pull. Right, this is where the build-up starts. There's our 20 chip damage. If he hits me, that's 40 damage back. That's 10 HP left, no matter what. We hit Volt Charge. And that's the beauty of Volt Charge. That is the beauty of Magneton's ability. We can start building, and we can build up Magneton without conflicting both our energy zone resources. That way we can just funnel the dark energy into Darkrai, constantly have the 20 chip. Even if we already have enough damage to do his attack anyway, we can just get the extra 20 chip damage and then do the guaranteed 80 from the move. And this is why this deck looked so appealing to me. Like, I've seen a few things on it, a few things with it, and I was like, that looks sick. Let me try that. It is a very stooly deck. But once you get it going, once you get it moving, I can see how this cooks, because I don't know if this guy realizes, but we are slowly chipping him down, while also slowly building our mons up to the point where once they're ready, there isn't much stopping us. Now with the Rolls on the bench, you definitely have a Gallade in your deck, and that's definitely what you want to build up to. I see you. I see you. So another Volt Charge, and we can just keep building Magneton until we're ready to switch, until we're ready to use Magnezone and start actually dealing some damage. So Darkrai is ready to go. But the beauty is he hasn't even hit me yet. And we have a Rocky Helmet on. And we haven't lost any HP. So I can just sit here and chill. I I can just sit here and chill. Don't worry, I've got time. I haven't got anywhere to be right now. I've got no plans. You're slowly trying to get your Gallade out. You might want to speed it up. Because my Mons are pretty much ready. There we go. We have enough energy for if I wanted to attack with Magnezone. But we're not going to because it does discard an electric energy. So we're just going to carry on doing our chip damage. We're not going to evolve Magneton just yet. If we can get a second Darkrai going, we could continue our chip damage and have both Darkrai's set up ready for when we want to do some big damage. But I think by that point, it might be a little bit too little too late for my guy. Let's play an Oak. Can we get the second Darkrai into our hand? Pokeball. We got our second Magnezone. So I can either play the Pokeball, which I'm going to do, and either get, I was going to say a Magnemite or a Darkrai. We do have the Magnemite. I mean, and this is the other beauty of this deck. You can literally start building either one. And then you just have consistent good damage once they're built up. You can either have 2 Magnetons on the go, or you can have 2 Darkrai's. So either way, we're in a good spot, no matter who we get. Okay, I see you. We might have to start doing some damage. That's fine. That's completely fine. I don't mind doing that. I don't mind doing that at all. So I'm actually going to give Druddigon an energy. And we are going to retreat because I'm not going to let you get rid of poor little Magnemite there. We'll go for Darkrai. And then what we can do is I could have a Magnezone ready. But I'm not going to. I'm just going to completely one-shot that Hitmonlee. So we're 2 points on the board, and this guy is still yet to get a Gallade out. I'm seeing how this deck cooks. This deck really does cook. I wonder if my guy can turn it around. I wonder if he can turn it around. Giovanni, okay. Okay. You're looking to do some damage this turn, yeah. And a giant cape. He's going for it, which I respect. A big 110 damage. Good damage. We got another Magneton. We could start building. Volt Charge. Then we're going to use another Volt Charge. Then we're going to do 20 chip damage with Darkrai. And then what we'll do is we'll get a Magnezone out. We're then going to play an X speed. Actually, I don't even need to. I could just take an energy off of him. I could take 2 and he's still fine. I don't need to use the X speed. Get Magnezone out. And then we're going to do the 110 damage from the Thunder Blast. Game, set, and match. This deck is sick. This deck is sick. Like, how do you beat that? That was a good first game. Honestly, the only way I see this deck failing me is if we get unlucky with our hands and with our draws. So we're pretty much relying on RNG. I'm gonna have to put you down just to be safe. Because, I'm not being funny, if you don't get the unlucky draws, then you pretty much just have free reign to build up. Like, if we had a repeat of last game, which is kind of almost what we're getting now, but if we get it perfectly, which is Darkrai, Magnemite, and also the Druddigon to go into the active spot, we can already start building both Darkrai and Magnemite up. Wow. Well, to be fair, you do have to wait for the Magneton first to do the Volt ability, the Volt Charge. But if you already have Darkrai, you're already doing chip damage and you're already kind of safe in a way with Druddigon in the active spot. I'm not going to play the second Magnemite just because we do want a Darkrai. That will be our damage early on. That is pretty much our only damage early on while we wait to build up both Mons. But I do genuinely think that is probably this deck's biggest weakness, and probably its only enemy is RNG. It is literally RNG. If you're waiting forever to get one of your Darkrai's, you have no damage output coming. If you don't have one of the Druddigons, you can kind of get around it, especially if you have like a Pokemon tool, like a giant cape to kind of prolong having maybe a Darkrai out, a Magnemite out. You know, at least Magnemite in an active spot can actually do some damage. But it slows down the build up because you don't have that safety net of the 20 damage that Druddigon can do with Rough Skin. Haven't got a Magnemite either. We haven't got a Magnemite back. Well, not a Magnemite, sorry. We haven't managed to draw a Magneton. So our build up this turn, or this game, is a little bit slower. So again, this is where RNG is going to be this deck's biggest enemy that I'm seeing. Is Air Slash a 120 move? It is. Damn, Druddigon's about to get one shot then. But it's fine, because even though that's going to bag my opponent a point, we can just put Darkrai EX in the active spot. He's already taken 20 damage from the Rough Skin. Or he could heal. I mean, either way, are we still okay? Because we're going to do 20 damage now. That's 120. 20 damage from Darkrai. That's another 20. No. See, if he didn't have the Erica to heal, we're good. Now, I'm going to put you in the active spot. Because we do have Giant Cape. Which means we can do exactly what I was thinking to do a minute ago. Which is do the chip damage. Rough Skin happens again. Darkrai then comes in. Gets rid of Yanmega. So we're going to give him Giant Cape. Actually, is there any point using Giant Cape? Because either way, it one-shots him. So I don't see the point of doing it. Because either way, Druddigon dies. Either way, he still gets one shot. So I'm actually not going to do that. I'm actually going to hold on to it. Yeah, and I'm going to have this play out the way that I thought it was going to play out a minute ago. Unless he has another Erica, which is going to be a little jarring. I mean, he could also have a potion. That would also probably kind of ruin things. Okay, he's retreating. Cool, got you. Okay, I mean, we can kind of handle that. Because Kangaskhan has a big retreat cost. You're looking at 3. I mean, even if you have another leaf, which you can't use any other items with, then fair enough. But if you don't have another leaf, then you're looking at 2x speeds. We still haven't got a Magneton. We still haven't managed to get a Magneton. So there's some chip damage. I'm going to give Darkrai the Giant Cape. And then we're going to end the turn. If Kangaskhan is still in the active spot next turn, I'm going to swap in Darkrai. Bag ourselves a point by getting rid of Kangaskhan. And then depending on what my opponent does, I'm just then going to switch Darkrai back out. But he has given Yanmega another energy. I kind of expected him to do that. Are you going to switch him straight back in though? Are you going to get Yanmega back out? No. Okay, cool. We finally draw our Magneton. That took a while. So we can start building up with the Volt Charge. So we're going to do this. We're going to pop an X speed. We're then going to retreat. We're going to get Darkrai in the active spot. We're going to secure ourselves a point. And then all depending on what my opponent does, all depends on what we do next turn. But we've now got a point on the board. Good stuff. It pretty much comes down to if he kills my Darkrai or if I kill his Yanmega is probably the person who wins. But no matter what, he can't one-shot me. No matter what this turn, he cannot one-shot me. With that Giant Cape on, giving us 160 HP, he can't one-shot me. That's cool, you can heal yourself. As long as Darkrai doesn't die, we're good. Which, of course, he won't. We barely survive, but we're alive. We might as well use this. Rocky Helmet and a Magnezone. Cool. Right. We might as well do... Actually. Do I? Yeah, I'm going to X speed. Because my opponent's only got 1 point. So even if he does get rid of my Druddigon, he still needs 1 point. And then we can give you a Rocky Helmet so we can do more knockback energy. Not energy, more knockback damage. Let's use Volt Charge. And then give Darkrai a Dark Energy. That's 20 chip damage, so you're back down to 100. If Yan Mega attacks, you're going to go down to 60. And then all we have to do is pretty much hit you with anyone. And we've secured our dub. So depending on what he has in his hand, I think we've secured the dub for this game. I think we win. He does have that Powdered Hill on Butterfree though, which is jarring, but I don't think that's going to really cause us any problems. So you will one-shot him. That's fine. I expect you to one-shot him. I want you. Oh, he has a Sabrina. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. That's fine. Unless he has another Sabrina, we're good. Unless he has another one, we're good. Okay, I see you. I see you. I'm going to have to play my Sabrina. I was playing for the long game. But I might have to play my Sabrina. Hopefully he doesn't have another one. Otherwise, we're kind of in trouble. I won't lie to you. We're kind of in trouble. Let me start giving this Darkrai some energy. Do I play the Sabrina now? I mean, I don't think there's any point. How much retreat cost do you have? I think it's 1. Yeah, 1. And then this Yanma's going to have 1. It all depends if he has another Sabrina. If they don't have another Sabrina, I think we still win. If they do have another Sabrina, however, we lose. Because that Yan Mega's probably going to one-shot. Actually, not one-shot. It will do a lot of damage to the fully healed Darkrai. I mean, he wins anyway. He wins. He wins because Magnetron's gone. Yeah, he wins. Embarrassing. In all seriousness, though, I think the only way this deck loses is RNG. Like, I know that's a big part of TCG Pocket anyway, and TCG in general. Oh, we have the perfect hand. But I think this deck, more than anything, because you need to have not even the perfect setup, although that helps, which is this. Because if you're waiting too long to get a Magneton, then by the time you put Magneton down, you'll have no build-up. If you don't have a Druddigon to go in slot 1, the build-up slows down drastically because your marquee go-to Mon's already taken damage. Like, don't get me wrong, Darkrai could go in the active spot. You can give him a Giant Cape or a Rocky Helmet, keep him alive longer, do some extra damage with the chip damage for every energy. But it slows the build-up down a bit much. And then, of course, by the time you do have one, you're then going to have to swap the Druddigon in, etc., etc. You know, it kind of prolongs things and it can just mess up the whole strat. So I think the biggest weakness, the biggest enemy for this deck is going to be RNG. I know RNG is a big enemy for a lot of decks anyway. Like, you need certain cards to do certain things. You know, if you're evolving Pokemon, you need to draw the evolved forms to then get them out, especially 2-stage evolutions. But I think it applies even more so on this deck. I mean, you can let me know your thoughts down in the comments. This guy's playing a Palkia deck. We used one of those in the last video, and it was good. I had a lot of fun using the Palkia deck. It was strong. He's got that Manaphy on the bench as well. I've got both Darkrai EXs ready to just start building. So, probably at some point, Manaphy's going to be switched in. And they're going to start building up the water energy for Palkia. It wouldn't surprise me if you play next speed. No, he's going for damage. Okay, maybe I put the Giant Cape on. You know, just give Druddigon just a bit more life, you know? We got Magneton. See, if we were waiting for Magneton for ages, you know, that's a Pokemon that doesn't get to build. And you could be thinking, well, you know, you have 2 Darkrai's, you know, you're fine. No. The reason why, and again, this is why I think RNG is going to be the biggest enemy of this deck, even more so than other decks, is because if you don't have a Magneton, you have to pick which Darkrai you choose to build up, because that's taking energy from your energy zone, whereas the Magneton can just build up simultaneously with the Darkrai while you're doing the chip damage because of the Volt Charge ability. That's why we have 2 of each. You're slowly whittling down your own Palkia. I hope you know that. And now the funny thing is, I can actually kill it with Darkrai. The only lucky thing is I can't switch at the moment. If Jarjagan had a 1 energy cost, I could literally use an X speed and get him out and bag ourselves a point. But I can't. So we're going to have to do it this way. At least this way, Darkrai is fully built up. I could have saved the Jarjagan, but that's why we have a second one in the deck. Now, are you going to keep Palkia out? He also has Blastoise in his deck. So he has Palkia, Blastoise, and a Greninja. I'm not going to lie, that's... And he has to recharge his Palkia back up. He has to rebuild them up. I can't lie, that's too many resources. There's our second one. Perfect. I can't lie, I think this guy's doing too much. To have a Blastoise, a Greninja, and a Palkia in your deck, that's a lot of big mons that you have to take time to get out and get in and build up. Even just getting the evolved forms out. Like, if you don't get lucky enough to get Water Tool, even the Squirtle to start with, and then the Blastoise, you could be waiting ages with kind of useless mons sitting on your bench. I know why Greninja's there. That's not for the active spot. That's just for the Water Shuriken. Yeah, we're going to do it. I'm going to do it regardless. Because I'm going to stop you from using the Oceanic Gift to build up your Palkia. I know all about this deck. I ran it myself. It was sick. I ran it way different than he did. But I know exactly what this guy is going for. So let's get rid of Manaphy. That way you can stop providing your Palkia with energy. And who are you going to put in the active spot? Because that Palkia's got 50 HP. Even with a potion, that only takes you to 70. It's only going to do so much for you, bro. Alright, Water Tool goes in the active spot. I mean, if you don't have Blastoise, I'm going to one-shot it. And that bags me 2 points on the board. Okay, fair enough. The best you can do, though, is Surf. So are you going to give the energy to Blastoise just to attack me to do 40 damage? You are, I was going to say, or you're going to give the water energy to Palkia to give him some build-up. That's cool. That's fine. That's fine. We still win, and I don't think this guy's clocked it. So we're going to use... Actually, no, we don't win. I'm going to use the Sabrina, though. If he puts Palkia in the active spot, he loses. If he puts Froakie, he's still in this. What are you going to do? Okay. How much does Hydro Bazooka do? 100 plus. If this Pokemon has at least 2 extra water energy. Okay, so no matter what... Okay, Darkrai will die. But I'm fine with it. Because I'm going to start building up the other one. So I'm going to do that. Boom, there's 20 damage. Not that we need it, but, you know. And then I'm going to put the Rocky Helmet on this one. So when he attacks me with Blastoise, I'm coming in prepped. When you attack me with the Blastoise, you're going to take some chip damage. No Water Shuriken for you. And then I'll probably give the Giant Cape to the other Darkrai. Or maybe even the Magneton. If I can get Magnezone next draw, I think we should be good. If I get a Magneton, I'm probably going to give the Magneton Giant Cape. And then that should bag us the dub. So you've done exactly what I thought you were going to do. That's fine. That Darkrai has been sacrificed. Blastoise is a chunky mon. 180 HP. Okay, we got that 20 chip damage in. Right, I'm gonna have to put you there. No matter what, he only needs 1 point. Maybe I've just got a little bit unlucky with this one, because I don't think... Can I still win this? There's 20 damage. He needs 2 energy to get the extra 60, so I'm gonna give Magneton the Giant Cape. It's a bit early to get Magnezone. I've been saying Magneton. It's a bit early to play Magnezone, but I might have to. I might have to. It can still work, because he only discards 1 lightning energy, which means I can do a second one. If only I still had Rocky Helmet. As soon as he attacks me, I win. But we had to do it to secure this. We can still win this. We can still win this. Come on. Please. Please, this is where RNG comes in. This is what I mean. We're relying on our... Yes! Yes! No, and he quit. He quit. He knew if he didn't get that heads, if he didn't get that coin flip, you're losing next turn. GG, that was a good game. And see, the last game we almost lost because of RNG. Now, RNG don't discriminate. That's just not my RNG. That's also my opponent's RNG. And for once, we're not starting with a Dragon, so we're going to put Darkrai in the active spot just because he does have 140 HP. And then we can start chipping down some damage with whoever my opponent is putting there. He's got almost a full field done Celebi deck. Of course it's a Celebi deck. I'm not gonna lie, this might be the game we lose. This might be the game we lose. We don't have our Stooler in the active spot. We do already have Magneton, which is good. But then also Celebi does have type advantage. I mean, we do have Sabrina. But the Sabrina's going to have to be worth using. Did you manage to get a Snivy? I think this might be the game we lose. I think our build-up is too long for a deck like this. I feel like Celebi decks just counter this because Celebi can start attacking literally from 2 energy. And then not only that, that 2 energy, if they get lucky, obviously, they can start doing damage from, again, if they're lucky, from 100 upward. And then, of course, 50 damage per coin flip they get. So I'm not gonna lie, I think this might be the game we lose. Now, I'm tempted to use the Sabrina straight away. But then he could easily just put Petilil in, so I just kind of think there's no point. Now, if he does get Lilligant out, he can start getting more Leaf Energy. But my main thing is we want to get rid of Celebi as quick as possible. That's not going to happen because he just, as I said, easily put Petilil in. So we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. But I think even if we got perfect RNG here, so if we could start stalling, we're building Darkrai and Magneton up on the bench instead of it this way, I still think this is probably the deck that counters us. Which again is still tied to RNG because then we could get very lucky and then he could do no damage to us, maybe like a turn, 2 turns running, or something I've never seen before, which I would love to happen here because we need it, is for this guy to get super unlucky and have a ton of coin flips and get absolutely no damage out of any of them. So we're going to keep doing this. We're going to put Dragon into the bench. Like so. Because Darkrai does have type disadvantage, I am going to straight swap him. At least that secures us the 20 damage back. We do lose an energy. But that's not the be all and end all right now. Because we're still building. I'm not going to lie. We're in a techie spot with this one. We're in a techie spot with this one. There's the Lilligant. I wouldn't be surprised if he straight swaps into Lilligant and starts building up more energy. Especially because he doesn't have a Snivy down. That's if he has Snivy and Superior in his deck. But I'm not being funny. If you're running Celebi, you 9 times out of 10 will have the Snivy evolution line and have Superior. It's too strong to go with Celebi to not have it. Unless he's been unlucky enough and not managed to pull one. But as I said, you don't run this deck unless you're running Superior with Celebi because that double energy you get, it's too strong. So you're going to straight switch into Celebi, aren't you? You're going to straight switch into Celebi. Yeah, I knew it was coming. I knew it was coming. I need RNG to be on my side. Come on. Show me Tails. I don't want to be seeing Eevee's cute face. Show me Tails. Cool. Another one. Okay. Dragon survives. That's a good start. We take some damage, but you can take some damage back. We survive. That's the good part. Obviously, the best thing would have been he got not a single coin flip. But I'll take that because he could have easily have been one shot there. Let me play the Pokeball. We're going to get a Darkrai. Oh, I forgot about you. So we now have a second one of you. Which, I mean, I could play Cyrus. But how much does that really do for me right now? Right, I'm going to get the chip damage. That's extra damage done to Celebi, and that also builds Darkrai's energy back up. Only one more, which guarantees us 20 more damage, but also for the fact we can actually attack. I think because it's more than likely, or there's more of a chance that the Druddigon in the active spot dies this turn, I'm gonna have that one on the bench, just so there's an option for me to then switch that one in. Because we're still in the process of building up. That Celebi has got to go. Okay, the potion jarring, but it's only 20 HP. That Celebi's got to go. Now, can we get lucky enough to get all tails? Cool. No. Okay, he even got 2. That's fine. I expected him to get at least 1 anyway, and that's all he needed. That's 20 more damage done. That potion ended up being kind of wasted. So we can actually get rid of Celebi next turn. So I'm going to put Darkrai in the active spot because we're going to do guaranteed 20 damage, and then we've got the 80 Celebi. Celebi's gone. Celebi's gone. No matter what, Celebi is gone. So we're going to hit a Volt Charge, so we're ready for when we have Magnezone for at least 2 attacks. There's our 20 damage with the Nightmare Aura. And then that bags us 2 points on the board. We've got rid of the threat. We've got rid of the threat. Celebi is gone. There's now a chance we win. Unless he gets his next Celebi out, which I doubt he's running 1. Surely he's running 2. If he gets his next Celebi out, things could get slightly techie again. But then he has to get the energy built up first, and I'm seeing no superior. So there's a chance. There's a chance we win this. There's a chance we win this. He finally has Snivy. Does he have the Celebi? No. Okay, that's going to do some extra damage. 70. Which means Darkrai is going to have to come out. I need Magneton. If we can draw Magneton next turn, we win. Not Magneton, Magnezone. We could still get it. We could still get it. Actually, I don't even need to do that. I can just use Cyrus. I can just use Cyrus. Bring his ass back for me, boy. Bring him back. Just in case. Volt Charge. No, we win. 20 damage. We win. We win. I thought this was going to be the game we lose. We win. Give me my last point, boy. We secured a dub. This is why you have to have a Cyrus in your deck. You think you're running away? Guess again. Come back. Give me my dub.